Imagine a life full of promise, adventure, and royal privilege suddenly shattered by one devastating moment. Picture a young prince brimming with energy and hope, whose world came crashing down in a single accident that altered his destiny forever. This is the story of Saudi Arabia's sleeping prince, Prince Waleed bin Khalid, a life interrupted by tragedy, yet filled with moments that have inspired hope against all odds. Prince Waleed was born in 1987 into one of the wealthiest and most influential families in Saudi Arabia. From his early childhood, his life seemed destined for greatness. Surrounded by royal traditions and a family that enjoyed immense power, he had opportunities most can only dream of. As a young child, he was passionate about sports, earning 2 karate belts by the age of 4, and quickly showed a natural affinity for activities like horse riding and car racing. These early achievements hinted at a future where he could shine as both a leader and an adventurer. At 16, his father, Prince Waleed bin Khalid, a respected businessman and a prominent member of the royal family, sent him to a military college in London. The aim was to instill discipline and responsibility in the young prince, preparing him for the heavy mantle he would one day carry. It was a decision born out of hope and love, with the belief that a proper education and training would mold him into a capable leader, ready to navigate the complexities of royal life. Yet, in 2005, at the tender age of 18, while driving at high speed with 2 friends, a decision made after much pleading and even overcoming his father's initial hesitation, Prince Waleed was involved in a catastrophic car accident. The crash was devastating. In the moments immediately following the accident, the young prince managed to ask one heartfelt question: "How are my friends doing?" before slipping into a deep, unyielding coma. Medical experts were grim in their assessment. A team consisting of 3 American doctors and 1 Spanish specialist worked feverishly to control the bleeding in his brain. Their efforts, however, were shadowed by the dire prediction that he might not survive beyond 72 hours. In a moment of agonizing decision, his father chose to keep him on life support, driven by a deep-seated belief that if God had willed his son's demise, then his time would have already come. "Who am I to take his life?" he thought, trusting that a miracle might be in store if his son were meant to live. For the first 18 months, there was little sign of recovery. No deliberate movements, no responses, only the faint, involuntary reflexes of a body trapped in a state of suspended animation. Yet every day his family remained by his side. They spoke to him, recounted the day's events, and filled the hospital room with love and hope. Their unwavering belief in the possibility of a miracle was a testament to their deep love and commitment. After more than a decade in a hospital, a turning point arrived in 2016. The prince was moved to his family home in Riyadh, where the comforting surroundings of home and the dedicated care of his loved ones provided a better environment for recovery. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, signs of life began to re-emerge. He started to breathe on his own without the assistance of a mechanical ventilator, a small but crucial sign that gave his family hope. The breakthrough did not stop there. Over the following years, subtle but significant improvements were observed. Prince Waleed began responding to touch and voices, especially when spoken to by familiar faces, his closest family members, the trusted nurses, and the doctors who had never lost hope. In 2019, a video shared by his aunt showed him moving his head from side to side, a movement that set off a wave of cautious optimism among those following his case. Another video later captured him, making slight finger movements and even raising his hand in response to a greeting, reaffirming that even after so long, the spark of life was still there. Despite these small victories, the journey was not without setbacks and confusion. Recently, a photo surfaced online that many interpreted as a sign that the sleeping prince had finally woken up. This image ignited a frenzy of excitement and prayer among his supporters worldwide. However, further investigation revealed that the photo was not of Prince Waleed at all. It was mistakenly identified and turned out to be a picture of his brother, Waleed bin Khalid, who had also survived a serious car accident. This mix-up, although disappointing for those holding on to hope, served as a stark reminder of the emotional roller coaster that his condition has been, for everyone involved. The story of Prince Waleed is not just about a tragic accident and a long battle with a coma. It is also a tale of resilience, deep family bonds, and the unyielding human spirit. At 38 years old, having spent more than half his life in a coma, he remains a symbol of hope and the mysteries of medical science. His case draws comparisons to other miraculous recoveries, such as that of Munira Abdullah, an Emirati woman who awoke from a 27-year coma. These instances challenge our understanding of what is possible, leaving many to wonder if the line between life and suspended animation is thinner than we think. Beyond the medical intrigue, there is an intimate human element to his story that touches on themes of love and devotion. Before the accident, Prince Waleed was engaged to one of his cousins in a modest ceremony that reflected the traditions of his family. The car crash not only put his life on pause, but also left his fiancée in a state of endless waiting. Despite the passage of 2 decades and numerous proposals, she remains devoted, a poignant testament to love enduring against all odds. Her promise to wait for him no matter how long it takes is a deeply moving chapter in this tragic narrative, highlighting that even in the darkest times, love can be a guiding light. The prince's ordeal also serves as a sobering reminder of the dangers that often accompany the high-octane lifestyles of young royals. Throughout the region, several young Arab royals have faced untimely deaths or debilitating accidents due to risky behavior and overindulgence. For example, Prince Rashid bin Mohammed Al Maktoum of Dubai and Sheikh Khalid bin Sultan Al Qasimi of Sharjah both met tragic ends under circumstances that underscored the perils of a life lived on the edge. Their stories, while distinct, resonate with the same underlying message, a cautionary tale about the fine line between privilege and peril.